Let's talk Tanya for the 28th of Tishrei. In the last few days, we've talked about how everything that exists is being recreated at every single moment by the Dvar Hashem, by the words of God, which is the Shekhinah. And in yesterday's Tanya, we spoke about how the words of God descend through the worlds, and in every single world, the Shekhinah or the Malchus of that world is what creates the creations, the angels, the souls of that given world. And it is the Malchus of the lowest world, the world of Asiya, which creates our physical world. However, in today's Tanya, the Alter Rebbe tells us, in Chutz La'aretz, in the Diaspora, outside of the land of Israel, the divine energy, the divine words, they undergo a further descent into the 70 archangels of the nations of the world. Now, and through them, all the energy and the flow and the creation of the world, again, in the Diaspora, is through these angels. Now, this descent, this further descent from Malchus of the world of Asiya now into these archangels, these 70 archangels, is a qualitatively different descent than everything that happens beforehand. Because although beforehand the energy also came down through the system of worlds, up until this point, everything was levels and gradations within holiness itself. So yes, the light became a little lesser, but ultimately everything is holiness. However, these angels, they're not holy at all. They are not what we call kedusha, rather they are klipa, which means that they actually conceal the light of God that is within them, which is why, because they conceal this light, this is why they consider themselves to be, these angels consider themselves to be independent entities. They consider themselves to be self-important, and obviously nothing which is holy considers itself to be an entity which is independent of God or self-important, and this is obviously a signature of klipa. Now, when the divine flow, the energy to create worlds, enters into these angels, this is where we have what is called Galus HaShechina, the exile of the Shekhinah. Up until this point, no matter how low the light came, that wasn't called exile, because wherever the light is, it's comfortable. It's still in the realm of holiness. Now it's in the realm of klipa. Here is where the energy feels actually uncomfortable, because it is right now being hosted by an entity which conceals it and which considers itself to be important. Now, although the energy comes through the archangels, what we need to understand ultimately, even though the energy comes through klipa, it's still divine energy. The world is still being recreated at every moment, and every detail and every event and every circumstance is being created at every moment by the divine energy. The question is, what is the garment it's coming through? And in the Diaspora, it comes through the garment of klipa. Does this mean that the creation of the world outside of Israel is from a lesser form of godliness than is the land of Israel or the higher worlds? That's a question that we'll answer, God willing, in tomorrow's Tanya.